The African Savannah, a realm where the first rays of dawn ignite the horizon, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson, and the silhouette of a solitary acacia tree stands as a sentinel over the awakening land. Stretching beyond the limits of sight, the savannah's grasslands unfurl in a tapestry of movement and life. Herds of wildebeest, zebras and antelope graze in synchronized harmony, their presence a testament to the abundance and vitality of this ecosystem. Light and shadow chase each other across the undulating plains, revealing a landscape sculpted by millennia of wind, rain, and the relentless passage of time. Each rise and hollow tells a story of survival and adaptation. The grasses, golden and tall, sway in the gentle breeze, their rippling waves reflecting the ever-changing moods of the sky above, a vast expanse of blue that seems to stretch into eternity. From the parched ochre sands of the Kalahari, where only the hardiest life endures, to the lush emerald wetlands of the Okavango Delta, the savannah is a land of extremes, its boundaries shifting with the seasons, its character defined by water and drought. The rhythm of the savannah is dictated by the cycle of rain and sun. During the wet season, the plains burst into a vibrant green, nourishing countless creatures. As the months dry, the landscape transforms. Grasses turn to gold and waterholes shrink, concentrating life around their precious margins. Time here is measured not by hours, but by the shifting patterns of light and the migration of clouds. Sunrises and sunsets mark the passage of days, each one unique, each one a signal to the animals that call this place home. In the tall grasses, every subtle movement hints at hidden stories. The tension in the air is palpable. Predators and prey locked in a silent contest, their senses finely tuned to the slightest disturbance. A sudden rustle, a fleeting shadow. These are the signals of life and danger interwoven. Every blade of grass conceals a secret, every shadow a potential threat or opportunity. The savannah is not merely a backdrop, but a living organism, its pulse felt in the movement of herds, the flight of birds, and the silent passage of predators. Rivers like the Bauteti and the Mara carve their way through the plains, their waters sustaining life in the harshest months. Along their banks, acacia trees stand as oases, their shade and leaves offering refuge to countless species. Beauty here is inseparable from hardship. The animals that thrive in this environment are models of resilience, each one uniquely adapted to endure the challenges of heat, drought, and predation. Under the relentless gaze of the African sun, elephants, giraffes, and antelope traverse the open plains, their migrations a vital part of the ecosystem's balance. The earth beneath their feet is ancient, layered with the remnants of creatures long vanished. Fossil beds reveal the savannah's deep history, a chronicle of evolution, extinction, and renewal. The Serengeti's endless plains, the tangled thickets of Zakuma, and the glistening wetlands each nurture distinct communities. Here lions stalk the grasslands, leopards haunt the shadows, and hippos wallow in cool, muddy pools. Every species, from the towering giraffe to the industrious dung beetle, is linked in a complex web of interactions. Predators, prey, scavengers and grazers, all shaping the fate of the land. The smallest insect pollinates the flowers that feed the grazers, while the largest mammals shape the very landscape with their movements. Each life, no matter its size, is essential to the savannah's harmony. Predators and prey engage in a perpetual contest, lions and cheetahs testing the vigilance of antelope, while hyenas and vultures await their chance to claim what remains. The scale of the savannah is staggering, an expanse so vast that it defies comprehension, its boundaries defined only by the horizon and the shifting patterns of migration. Clouds drift lazily overhead, casting fleeting shadows that race across the plains. Here, time is measured in seasons, migrations, and the cycles of birth and death. Migration is a test of endurance and instinct. Herds travel hundreds of kilometers, braving swollen rivers, parched earth, and lurking predators in their quest for food and water. The stillness of midday can erupt in chaos. A stampede of wildebeest fleeing a sudden attack, the roar of a lion echoing across the plains, sending ripples of alarm through the herds. Yet, between these moments of drama, there is peace. Elephants rest in the shade, birds preen by the water's edge, and antelope graze in quiet vigilance, ever aware of the dangers that surround them. The earth is etched with the tracks of countless journeys, evidence of the interconnected lives that sustain this wild heart of Africa. To truly understand the savannah is to see the invisible threads that bind its creatures together, maintaining a delicate balance that has endured for ages. Nowhere is the raw energy of the savannah more apparent than during the Great Migration, when the landscape transforms into a living tapestry of movement and survival. Over 1 million blue wildebeest, joined by vast numbers of zebras and gazelles, traverse the endless plains in search of nourishment, their journey dictated by the rhythm of the rains and the promise of water. The earth quakes beneath their hooves, each step stirring clouds of dust that mingle with the anticipation of the crossing ahead, a river that is both a barrier and a lifeline. As the herds approach the riverbanks, a hush falls over the multitude. Predators, ever vigilant, blend into the golden grass, their presence a constant threat to the vulnerable. Lions, cheetahs, and hyenas prowl the periphery, their senses attuned to the faintest sign of weakness, a limping adult, a calf separated from its mother. The tension is unmistakable. Wildebeest and zebras, united by necessity, form a living shield, their combined vigilance a formidable defence against the ever-present danger. Each animal relies on the strengths of its companions, zebras with their sharp eyesight, wildebeest with their acute sense of smell, creating a network of awareness that ripples through the herd. The Mara River, winding through the heart of the savannah, is a formidable force. Its steep banks and swirling currents demand courage from every creature that dares to cross. Beneath the opaque surface, ancient Nile crocodiles lie in wait, their patience honed by generations of predation. These silent hunters are masters of ambush, perfectly camouflaged in the shifting currents. The moment the first wildebeest plunges into the water, the herd surges forward in a frenzy, hooves churning the river into a froth as crocodiles explode from the depths in pursuit. The crossing becomes a maelstrom of bodies and water, where survival hinges on instinct and luck. Some fall prey to the crocodiles, while others are swept away by the current. Those who reach the far bank, soaked and trembling, are the fortunate. Their ordeal is not over, but the river has granted them passage to greener pastures. As the herds graze, their presence rejuvenates the grasslands. Each mouthful trims the vegetation, encouraging new growth, while their hooves aerate the soil and their dung enriches it with nutrients. The river ecosystem thrives on these interactions. Scavengers, such as vultures and marabou storks, descend upon the remains left by predators, ensuring nothing goes to waste. Fish and aquatic insects benefit from the nutrients washed into the water, supporting a hidden world beneath the surface. Hippos, largely unseen during the chaos, maintain their own territories in the deeper pools, shaping the riverbanks with their movements and fertilizing the water with their waste, which in turn sustains algae and small fish. Along the river's edge, birds such as kingfishers and fish eagles exploit the abundance of aquatic life. Their sharp eyes and swift dives a testament to the river's bounty. Reptiles and amphibians, from terrapins to monitor lizards, patrol the muddy banks, while frogs and insects thrive in the moist microhabitats, forming the foundation of the river's intricate food web. Beneath the surface, shoals of fish weave through submerged grasses, feeding on detritus and algae. Even young crocodiles, recently hatched, begin their perilous lives in these waters, evading predators both above and below. As the herds quench their thirst, every sip is taken with caution. The river, while sustaining life, remains a place of constant vigilance and delicate balance. With each crossing, the river ecosystem is renewed. The migration's pulse echoes through every living thing, from the smallest insect to the largest predator, weaving a story of interdependence and adaptation. The Great Migration is not merely a spectacle of movement, but a living testament to the complexity and resilience of the river ecosystem, a place where every life is connected and every moment is shaped by the eternal dance of survival. In the golden heart of the African savannah, 3 extraordinary predators reign, each a living legend, each a testament to nature's relentless creativity. The lion, the cheetah, and the leopard. Together they form the apex of this wild kingdom, their lives woven into the very fabric of the land. The lion, with its unmistakable presence, is the only cat to embrace the power of unity. Prides sprawl across the grasslands, a tapestry of tawny bodies basking in the sun, their bonds forged by blood and survival. Within these prides, lionesses move as one, silent, focused, and relentless. Their eyes lock onto distant shapes, muscles rippling beneath golden coats as they melt into the grass, orchestrating ambushes with a precision honed by generations. When a lioness hunts alone, the odds are daunting. The vastness of the plains offers little cover, and prey are swift and wary. Yet even in solitude, her determination is unwavering, a solitary shadow gliding through the dawn. The male lion, crowned with a mane that blazes in the sunlight, is the sentinel of the pride. His roar echoes for miles, a thunderous warning to rivals. He strides the boundaries, every step a declaration of dominion, every battle scar a story of survival. In stark contrast, the cheetah is a solitary phantom, slender, graceful, and built for speed. Alone, it surveys the endless horizon, amber eyes scanning for the faintest flicker of movement. When the moment comes, the cheetah explodes into motion, a blur of muscle and determination. Its spine flexes like a whip, claws gripping the earth, tail streaming behind as it closes the gap with breathtaking acceleration. But such speed is fleeting. After the chase, the cheetah collapses, sides heaving, heart pounding, vulnerable and exposed. It must recover quickly, for the savannah is never short of opportunists. Every hunt is a gamble. The cheetah's approach is a masterclass in patience. Crouched low, inching forward, waiting for the perfect instant to unleash its sprint. Its quarry, often a nimble gazelle, darts and weaves, the outcome uncertain until the very last heartbeat. Even in victory, the cheetah's meal is never guaranteed. Larger predators, drawn by the scent of fresh blood, loom on the horizon. The cheetah must eat quickly, or risk losing everything to the raw power of lions or the cunning persistence of hyenas. As dusk falls, another hunter emerges, the leopard, a phantom cloaked in shadows. It glides through the undergrowth, each step measured and silent, its presence betrayed only by the glint of moonlight on its rosetted coat. The leopard's beauty is matched only by its cunning. Its coat, a mosaic of spots and shadows, renders it nearly invisible in the shifting light, allowing it to vanish at will among the tangled branches and sun-dappled thickets. Versatility is the leopard's greatest weapon. It stalks antelope with the same patience it uses to snatch birds or insects, adapting its tactics to every opportunity the savanna presents. With astonishing strength, the leopard drags its prize skyward, muscles bunching as it ascends. High in the branches, it dines in solitude, safe from the scavengers that prowl below, the night air filled with the scent of victory. The leopard is a master of patience, waiting motionless for hours, eyes unblinking, every sense attuned to the faintest rustle. It is the embodiment of silent power, a ghost that haunts the twilight. Though these three cats share the same vast stage, each has claimed a distinct role. The lion's realm is the open plain, the cheetah's is the windswept grass, and the leopard's is the tangled bush and shadowed trees. Each species has evolved a unique strategy, cooperation, speed, or stealth, allowing them to thrive side by side. Their lives intersect only in fleeting moments, yet together they shape the destiny of every creature on these plains. The lion's unity, the cheetah's lightning pursuit, and the leopard's solitary cunning, each is a vital thread in the tapestry of the savanna, their stories unfolding in parallel, never repeating, always evolving. These predators are sculptors of the wild, their actions rippling through the ecosystem. Every hunt, every chase, every silent stalk shapes the balance of life, ensuring the savanna remains a place of abundance and wonder. Where lions, cheetahs and leopards roam, the wilderness thrives, a living testament to the power and beauty of nature's grand design. The African savannah is home to a remarkable cast of characters, and among the most misunderstood are the spotted hyenas. With their sloping backs, powerful frames, and haunting vocalizations, these animals are far more than the villains of folklore. Contrary to popular belief, hyenas are not simply scavengers. They are highly skilled hunters, orchestrating complex chases and ambushes that require both intelligence and teamwork. In fact, more than 60% of their meals are earned through their own prowess. Hyenas organize themselves into clans, some of the largest social groups among carnivores, sometimes numbering up to 80 individuals. These clans are tightly knit, with each member playing a specific role in the group's survival. At the heart of every clan is a matriarch, a dominant female whose authority is absolute. She leads with a combination of strength, experience, and social intelligence, maintaining order through a strict hierarchy. The hyena's jaw is a marvel of evolution, capable of exerting a bite force of up to 450 kilograms. This immense power allows them to shatter bones, granting access to nutrient-rich marrow that sustains them during lean times. As dusk falls, the savanna comes alive with the eerie whoops and cackles of hyenas. These vocalizations are not random. They serve as sophisticated signals, conveying information about territory food and clan cohesion across vast distances. Hyena clans display extraordinary cooperation, whether coordinating to bring down prey much larger than themselves or banding together to defend their territory from formidable rivals like lions. Their social intelligence rivals that of primates. Female hyenas are larger and more dominant than males, a rare trait among mammals. Their cubs are born precocious, eyes open, teeth erupted, ready to compete fiercely for survival from their very first moments. Adaptability is the hyena's greatest asset. Whether hunting in packs or scavenging alone, they thrive in environments where other predators might falter, enduring drought, competition, and scarcity with remarkable resilience. High above, another essential player surveys the landscape, the vulture. These birds are the savanna's aerial sentinels, ever watchful for the first signs of opportunity. Vultures possess extraordinary eyesight, able to detect a carcass from several kilometers away while gliding effortlessly on rising thermals, conserving energy as they patrol the vast plains. The savanna hosts a diversity of vulture species, each adapted to a specific niche. Together they form a highly efficient cleanup crew, with each species arriving in a precise sequence to maximize the use of every carcass. The lappet-faced vulture, the largest and most powerful of its kind, is often the first to descend. Its imposing presence and formidable beak allow it to dominate the initial feeding. With its robust bill, the lappet-faced vulture tears open the thick hides of large animals, creating access points for smaller, less powerful vultures to join the feast. As the feeding progresses, white-backed, hooded, and Ruppel's vultures move in, each specializing in different tissues. This division of labor ensures that every edible part is consumed, leaving only bare bones behind. In the absence of these scavengers, carcasses would linger, attracting disease and disrupting the delicate balance of the ecosystem. The savanna would be transformed, its health and vitality diminished. When hyenas and vultures converge on a carcass, their combined efforts result in rapid and thorough disposal. This synergy prevents the spread of pathogens and recycles nutrients with remarkable efficiency. Every bite taken by these scavengers is a vital act of maintenance, ensuring that the savanna remains a healthy, thriving environment for all its inhabitants. Through their relentless work, hyenas and vultures accelerate decomposition, returning essential nutrients to the soil. This process fuels new plant growth, sustaining the endless cycle of life. In the grand tapestry of the savanna, hyenas and vultures are indispensable. Their roles, though often overlooked, are fundamental to the survival of countless species, proving that even the most uncelebrated creatures are vital to the balance of nature. The African savannah is a realm where giants roam, and none command more awe than the African elephant. As the sun dips low, a matriarch leads her family across the golden grasslands, each step a testament to generations of survival. Elephants are not only the largest land mammals, but also among the most emotionally complex. Family bonds run deep. Calves are nurtured by mothers, aunts and siblings, and the herd's unity is reinforced through gentle trunk touches and low, comforting rumbles. The matriarch, often decades old, is the living memory of the herd. She recalls the hidden waterholes and safe passages, guiding her family through droughts and seasons of plenty, her wisdom the difference between life and death. Communication among elephants is a symphony of sound and gesture. Low-frequency rumbles travel for miles beneath the earth, while a raised trunk or a gentle nudge can signal reassurance, warning or affection, messages that bind the herd together across vast distances. Elephants are the architects of the savanna. Their trunks dig for hidden water, their tusks strip bark and fell trees, and their massive bodies carve trails through dense bush. Each action shapes the landscape, creating habitats and resources for countless other species. In the open plains, the rhinoceros stands as a living relic of a prehistoric world. Its thick, folded skin resembles armor, and its massive frame moves with surprising agility through the grasslands. Rhinos rely on acute hearing and a keen sense of smell to navigate their world. Despite their poor eyesight, they are quick to react to unfamiliar scents or sounds, sometimes charging with astonishing speed to defend themselves or their young. The rhino's horn, a formidable tool and symbol of strength, is made of keratin, the same substance as hair and nails. It is used for digging, defense, and establishing dominance, a vital part of the rhino's daily life. Yet this magnificent horn has become the rhino's greatest vulnerability. Poaching has driven their numbers to the brink, leaving many herds fragmented and individuals isolated, their ancient lineage threatened by modern greed. To witness a rhino grazing in peace is to glimpse a world that once was, an echo of the past, where these giants shaped the land long before human footprints marked the earth. Rising above the savannah, the giraffe surveys its domain. With a neck that can reach nearly 6 meters, it is the tallest animal on the planet, its silhouette unmistakable against the African sky. This extraordinary height grants the giraffe access to a banquet reserved for few. Tender leaves atop acacia trees, untouched by other herbivores. Its long, agile tongue navigates between sharp thorns, gathering food with remarkable precision. To sustain such height, the giraffe's heart is a marvel of evolution. Enormous and powerful, it pumps blood up the long neck with twice the pressure of a human heart. Specialized valves prevent sudden surges, protecting the brain when the giraffe lowers its head to drink. Drinking is a delicate operation. The giraffe must splay its legs and bend low, exposing itself to predators. But with swift, practiced movements, it drinks and rises, ever watchful of the dangers that lurk nearby. Life begins with a dramatic fall. Newborn giraffes drop nearly 2 meters to the ground at birth. Within minutes, the calf struggles to its feet, guided by its mother's gentle encouragement, ready to face a world filled with both wonder and peril. Across the endless plains, elephants, rhinos and giraffes coexist, each shaping the land in their own way. Their paths cross at watering holes and feeding grounds, their presence a living tapestry woven into the fabric of the savannah. The elephant's strength opens new pathways, the rhino's grazing maintains open grasslands, and the giraffe's browsing shapes the treetops. Together, their feeding habits create a mosaic of habitats, supporting a rich diversity of life. These giants are living monuments, embodiments of the wild's grandeur and resilience. Their immense forms stride through the grasslands, silent witnesses to the cycles of life and the ever-changing face of Africa. Their fate is inseparable from the health of the savannah itself. As storms gather and seasons shift, the survival of these giants hangs in the balance, a delicate interplay of strength and vulnerability, echoing the timeless story of the African wilderness. The rivers and waterholes of the African savannah are lifelines for countless species, drawing animals from miles around. Yet, beneath their tranquil surfaces, these waters conceal a world of relentless competition and ever-present danger, dominated by some of Africa's most formidable predators. The hippopotamus, often mistaken for a gentle giant, is in fact a powerhouse of aggression and territoriality. With eyes and nostrils perched atop their heads, hippos can remain almost fully submerged, ever watchful for intruders. By day, they cluster in pods, their thick hides protected from the sun by the cool embrace of the water. Social bonds are reinforced with grunts and splashes, but tensions simmer just beneath the surface. As dusk falls, Hippos leave the safety of the water, forging well-worn paths through the grasslands to graze under the cover of darkness, consuming up to 40 kilograms of vegetation in a single night. The river is ruled by dominant males, each fiercely defending his territory and the females within it. Battles for dominance are explosive, with massive bodies colliding and jaws snapping in displays of raw power. When challenged, a hippo's gaping maw, capable of opening to 150 degrees, becomes a weapon, exposing tusks that can reach 60 centimeters, each capable of inflicting devastating wounds. Sharing these waters is the Nile crocodile, a living relic whose lineage stretches back to the age of dinosaurs. With only their eyes and nostrils breaking the surface, they are the silent sentinels of the river. Masters of camouflage, crocodiles melt into their surroundings, their armoured bodies perfectly adapted for stealth and sudden violence. For hours they can remain utterly still, indistinguishable from a drifting log, waiting for the precise moment to strike at any animal that dares approach the water's edge. When opportunity arises, the crocodile explodes from the water with astonishing speed, jaws snapping shut with a force that can shatter bone in an instant. Their infamous death roll rips apart even the largest prey, while their stomach acid is so potent it dissolves bone, horn and hoof, leaving nothing to waste. On land, their massive forms bask in the sun, armoured scales gleaming, a reminder that they are the undisputed sovereigns of Africa's waterways. Lurking in the shadows is the African rock python, a master of patience and concealment, waiting motionless for hours at the water's edge. This non-venomous giant, reaching lengths of up to 6 meters, is a formidable constrictor, its muscular coils capable of overpowering antelope, birds, and even young crocodiles. Its intricate skin patterns provide exceptional camouflage, allowing it to vanish into the mosaic of riverbank foliage or the muddy shallows. Equally adept in water and on land, the python glides with silent precision, a versatile hunter that relies on stealth and surprise. When prey strays too close, the python strikes with blinding speed, its coils tightening relentlessly until the victim's heartbeat ceases. It then swallows its meal whole, jaws unhinging to accommodate astonishingly large prey. A single feast can sustain it for months. Together, the territorial hippo, the ancient crocodile, and the elusive python transform the water's edge into a crucible of survival, where every approach is fraught with peril. These predators are vital to the ecosystem, shaping the behavior and populations of the animals that must brave the water for survival. Their presence ensures that every visit to drink is a moment of high tension, where vigilance is the difference between life and death. The water's edge is a place of abundance and of finality, a stage where the drama of life and death plays out daily, governed by the ancient, unyielding laws of the wild savannah. In the heart of the African savannah, where danger lurks behind every blade of grass, survival is a daily challenge. Here, the key to enduring the relentless threats of predators is unity, an unbreakable bond forged by necessity. The African buffalo, often called the Black Death, is a living fortress. Its massive muscular frame and sweeping horns are only the beginning of its defences. Alone, a buffalo is a formidable adversary, weighing nearly a ton and capable of charging with astonishing speed. But together they become an impenetrable wall, each animal's strength multiplied by the herd. When lions approach, the herd responds with remarkable coordination. Calves are ushered to the centre, while adults form a living barricade, horns angled outward, eyes fixed on the threat. If a member is seized, the herd does not abandon it. Instead, they rally, charging as one to drive off the attackers, sometimes even rescuing their fallen companion from the jaws of death. Lions, despite their reputation, approach buffalo with caution and respect. Not far away, the savanna's golden grass ripples with the movement of zebras. Their black and white stripes shimmer in the sunlight, a living tapestry woven for survival. Each zebra's pattern is unique, but when they gather, the stripes blend into a mesmerizing display. This is more than beauty. It is a defense called motion dazzle. As the herd moves, the stripes create a flickering illusion, making it nearly impossible for predators to single out one animal from the swirling mass. The effect is dazzling, a living mirage that confuses and disorients, buying precious seconds for the herd to escape. At the heart of every zebra herd stands a dominant stallion. He leads with vigilance, guiding his family across the plains, always alert for danger. When threatened, he springs into action, unleashing powerful kicks and fierce bites. His courage is the herd's shield, his leadership their compass. In the trees and on the ground, baboons gather in sprawling troops, their society a marvel of complexity and cooperation. These troops can number over 100, each member playing a role in the intricate social web. They forage, groom, and communicate with the language of gestures and calls. When travelling, the troop moves as a single organism. Adults flank the group, scanning for threats, while the young and vulnerable remain safely within. Dominant males take up positions at the front, rear and sides, forming a living shield. Their presence deters would-be predators, their vigilance never wavering. When danger draws near, the troop bands together, baring formidable canine teeth and unleashing a chorus of warning calls. Even leopards think twice before challenging such unity. Resourceful and intelligent, baboons exploit every opportunity. They dig for roots, hunt insects, and even snatch small animals, adapting to the ever-changing savanna. Across the plains, these three species, buffalo, zebra and baboon, each embody a unique strategy. The herd's strength, the dazzle's confusion, the troop's coordination, all are answers to the same question of survival. Their cooperation is a living testament to the power of unity. Every glance, every movement is a signal, a silent language that binds them together against the dangers of the wild. Constant vigilance, intricate defensive maneuvers, and deep social bonds are their greatest weapons, more vital than horns, hooves, or teeth. In the endless expanse of the savanna, community is not a luxury. It is the very foundation of life. Each animal finds strength, comfort, and hope in the presence of others. As dawn breaks and dusk falls, the united herds, dazzles, and troops stand as monuments to resilience. Here, the might of the individual is magnified by the collective, and every day the savanna echoes with the enduring lesson. Together they thrive. The African savannah, a landscape shaped by millennia of evolution and natural harmony, now stands at a crossroads. Its vastness and beauty mask a growing vulnerability, as the forces threatening its survival become more complex and far-reaching. The most immediate danger is the relentless transformation of habitat. Where once endless grasslands stretched to the horizon, now abrupt boundaries mark the intrusion of cultivated fields and altered terrain. As agriculture expands, the savanna's intricate web of life is fragmented. Native grasses are uprooted, replaced by monocultures that cannot support the same diversity of species. The delicate balance between predator and prey is disrupted, and the natural corridors that once allowed animals to roam freely are severed. Fences and boundaries, though invisible to the eye from afar, become insurmountable obstacles for migrating herds. Ancient routes, etched into the memory of generations, are blocked, forcing animals into unfamiliar and often perilous territories. As their world shrinks, wildlife is compressed into ever smaller refuges. Competition for dwindling resources intensifies, and the proximity of wild and domestic animals increases the risk of disease transmission, further destabilizing populations. When elephants wander into croplands or lions approach livestock, the consequences are often fatal for the animals. Retaliatory actions, though unseen, leave a silent toll. Carcasses scattered across the plains and the slow disappearance of once thriving species. Beyond conflict, poaching casts a darker shadow. Driven by illicit markets, the savanna's giants are targeted for their tusks and horns, their bodies left behind as grim reminders of a trade that values profit over life. The demand for ivory and horn fuels a relentless pursuit. Elephants, matriarchs and calves alike are left mutilated, their social structures shattered. Rhinos, already rare, are pushed to the edge, their horns prized for myths and status. The black market's insatiable appetite for these animal parts has driven some species to the brink, with each loss echoing through the ecosystem. The scarcity of these animals only increases their value, creating a vicious cycle that threatens to erase them from the wild entirely. Lions, once rulers of these plains, now number only a fraction of their former strength. Their decline is swift and silent, a testament to the pressures they face from all sides. Some subspecies, like the Kordofan giraffe, teeter on the edge of extinction, their numbers so low that each individual becomes vital to the survival of the species. Even the scavengers, nature's clean-up crew, are imperiled. Vultures, essential for preventing the spread of disease, are poisoned when they feed on tainted carcasses, their populations plummeting in silence. These toxins, intended for predators, ripple outward, affecting countless other species and undermining the health of the entire ecosystem. The interconnectedness of the savanna means that every loss, every disruption sends shockwaves through the food web, destabilizing relationships that have evolved over eons. Layered atop these threats is the mounting pressure of climate change. Unpredictable rainfall, prolonged droughts and violent storms reshape the landscape, making survival ever more precarious. Waterholes vanish, grasslands wither, and the once reliable rhythm of the seasons falters. Migrations are interrupted, and the timing of births and food availability falls out of sync. The great migrations, a spectacle of life and endurance, are now fraught with new dangers. Animals must adapt rapidly, but the pace of change threatens to outstrip their ability to survive. The savanna's inhabitants, shaped by millennia of adaptation, now face challenges that are unprecedented in both speed and scale. The timeless realm stands at a precipice, its fate uncertain, as the sun sets over a landscape forever changed. The wild heart of Africa pulses beneath the golden dawn, its ancient rhythm echoing through the grasses and the lives that depend on them. Yet, with every passing year, that rhythm grows more fragile, its song threatened by forces both seen and unseen. The thunder of migrating herds, wildebeest and zebra surging across the plains in a living river, reminds us of nature's grand design, a spectacle that has shaped the land for millennia. In the hush of tall grass, a leopard's gaze pierces the morning mist, embodying the silent guardianship of the savannah. These creatures are not mere wonders. They are the living memory of an untamed world, woven into the very fabric of our planet's story. Here, every encounter, whether the tense standoff between lions and buffalo or the gentle passage of elephants and rhinos, tells a tale of survival, resilience, and the delicate balance that sustains life. The savannah's tapestry is vast and intricate, a living mosaic where giraffes browse alongside elephants and herds of antelope graze beneath the watchful eyes of predators. This harmony is not accidental. It is the result of countless generations adapting, thriving, and coexisting. To protect this world is to defend a legacy that belongs to all life, not just to those who walk its plains. Each acacia branch cradles nests. Each termite mound becomes a bustling metropolis for creatures great and small. The savannah is a web of connections. Every species, every blade of grass, every drop of rain, interdependent and irreplaceable. In sanctuaries, young elephants splash and play, cheetah cubs tumble in the safety of protected grasslands. These moments are fragile sparks of hope, flickering against the darkness of loss. Across the vastness, unseen guardians move quietly, vehicles tracing the horizon, patrol dogs following ancient scents. Their vigilance is a silent promise that the wild will not be surrendered without a fight. Night vision reveals lions prowling beneath the stars, while drones trace the secret journeys of collared elephants. Science becomes the eyes and ears of conservation, unraveling mysteries and guiding protection. In places like Zakuma National Park, the rare Kordofan giraffe steps lightly through the grass, a testament to what is possible when land is shielded and species are given sanctuary. Rhinos, their horns trimmed for their own safety, graze in peace, living proof that even desperate measures can yield hope if guided by compassion and resolve. Elephants fitted with GPS collars roam through tall grass, their journeys mapped in real time, a lifeline woven from technology and determination. These strategies, though urgent, are only one thread in a much larger tapestry, a tapestry that must be strengthened by every means available. Yet the savannah's fate cannot rest on isolated acts of heroism. True conservation demands a transformation in how we see this land, a shift from dominion to stewardship, from exploitation to reverence. The battle against poaching begins not on the plains, but in the hearts of those who covet ivory and horn. Only by ending the demand can we hope to end the slaughter. The future lies in coexistence, where elephants and lions, antelope and birds all find sanctuary, and where the land itself is valued for its living abundance. When the gaze of an elephant or the playful nuzzle of a lion cub is worth more alive than lost, the tide begins to turn. Corridors of wilderness must remain open, allowing giraffes to stride across the plains and elephants to wander beneath ancient trees, as they have since time immemorial. These corridors are lifelines connecting fragmented habitats and ensuring that migration, the heartbeat of the savannah, endures. The savannah must be seen not as a commodity, but as a living treasure. Its grasses, its rivers, its creatures, all deserving of protection. As the sun sets behind acacia silhouettes, a zebra foal stands beside its mother. A fleeting moment, yet a symbol of hope for generations yet to come. The destiny of the African savannah teeters on a knife's edge. In the gathering dusk, a young elephant stands alone, its silhouette a question mark against the fading light. The answer lies in the choices we make now. Will we allow the pangolin's armoured form, the rhino's ancient strength, the elephant's wisdom, and the lion cub's innocence to vanish into silence? Or will we let the grass grow tall over empty plains, where only memories linger and the old lion's gaze is met by emptiness? Or will we choose to walk alongside the herds, to nurture the young, and to restore what has been lost? Healing is possible. Scars can fade, wounds can close, and the wild can recover, if we act with courage and compassion. Every newborn antelope's first trembling step, every young giraffe sheltered by its elders, is a promise, a future that can still be written. The call of the wild is more than a sound. It is a plea that echoes in every heartbeat of the savannah. It is a roar and a trumpet, a demand for respect, for wisdom, and for decisive action. If we lose the savannah, we lose more than animals. We lose the living soul of a continent and a vital chapter of Earth's story. From the vastness seen from space to the intimate gatherings at a waterhole, the savannah is a testament to life's resilience and beauty. In the gentle touch of an elephant's trunk, in the golden care of a lioness for her cub, we glimpse our own humanity reflected. The future of the savannah is our future too, one we must choose to protect, cherish, and defend. Gap 2. Beneath the sweeping grandeur of the savannah, a quieter world thrives. A realm shaped not by roaring lions or thundering elephants, but by the subtle, tireless efforts of unsung species. As the dawn's first light scatters across dew-laden grass, the camera glides over a bustling termite mound, its spires reaching skyward like miniature skyscrapers. Within, millions of termites labour ceaselessly, building, repairing and recycling. These master architects aerate the soil, their tunnels allowing water and nutrients to reach thirsty roots, nourishing the land from below. Nearby, a colony of naked mole rats tunnels in darkness, their wrinkled bodies weaving a network of passageways beneath the earth. Their cooperative society, ruled by a single queen, ensures that every member has a place, each role vital to the colony's survival. Above ground, a dazzle of dung beetles rolls perfectly formed spheres, their glossy backs glinting in the sun. These tireless recyclers break down waste, returning nutrients to the soil and preventing disease, their efforts invisible yet essential. Gap 1s. At the edge of a thicket, a pair of aardvarks emerges as dusk falls, their elongated snouts probing the ground for ants and termites. With each meal, they help control insect populations, maintaining balance in the ecosystem. In the branches overhead, the lilac-breasted roller flashes iridescent wings, snatching insects mid-flight, while in the undergrowth a slender mongoose darts between shadows, ever watchful for snakes. Gap 1s. The camera lingers on the delicate dance between the oxpecker and the giraffe. Tiny birds perched atop towering mammals, picking away ticks and parasites. Each benefits, the giraffe relieved from pests, the oxpecker nourished. This is symbiosis in motion, a partnership as old as the grasslands themselves. Gap 1s. Even the grasses play a silent role, their deep roots binding the earth against erosion, their seeds feeding flocks of quelleas that rise in coordinated waves. The camera captures the intricate web of life. A praying mantis camouflaged among reeds, patiently waiting for prey. A bush baby leaping from branch to branch under the silver glow of the moon, its enormous eyes reflecting the starlight. Gap 1s. Every creature, no matter how small or secretive, leaves a mark on the savannah's story. Their relationships, predator and prey, host and guest, rival and ally, form a hidden lattice that supports the giants above. Without the silent work of beetles, the vigilance of mongooses, and the engineering of termites, the savanna's mighty herds and iconic hunters could not endure. Gap 1s. As the sun sets and the air shimmers with the chorus of insects, the camera pans across the landscape, each blade of grass, each mound and burrow, a testament to the invisible threads that bind this world together. In celebrating the famous, we must not forget the humble. For in their quiet persistence lies the true resilience of the savanna, a living tapestry woven by countless unseen hands. Across the vast expanse of the savanna, time is not measured by clocks, but by the rhythm of the seasons, each bringing its own transformation, each shaping the destiny of those who call this place home. As the first rains of the wet season sweep across the parched earth, the camera captures the miracle of rebirth. Clouds gather, casting dramatic shadows, then burst, drenching the land in life-giving water. Grass shoots pierce the cracked soil in a surge of green, and wildflowers unfurl delicate petals, painting the plains in unexpected colour. Herds of wildebeest and zebra, once scattered in search of sustenance, converge on the revived grasslands. Calves and foals take their first wobbly steps, their arrival timed perfectly with the abundance of fresh forage. In shallow pools, frogs emerge from hiding, their calls echoing in the cool air as dragonflies dart above mirrored surfaces. The rivers swell, snaking through the landscape, and hippos reappear from their muddy retreats, bellowing as they reclaim flooded channels. Crocodiles glide silently beneath the surface, awaiting the bounty that the swollen waters bring. But the wet season is fleeting. As days lengthen and the rains retreat, the camera follows the slow transformation. Grasses turn gold, then brittle brown, rippling in the dry wind. Waterholes shrink, leaving cracked mud fringed by desperate footprints. Dust clouds rise beneath the pounding hooves of migrating herds, journeying to distant greener pastures. Predators adapt to the changing environment. Lions wait in the shade of withering acacias, conserving energy as prey becomes scarce. Cheetahs crouch low in the tall, sun-bleached grass, their spotted coats blending perfectly with the fading landscape. Vultures circle higher, scanning for the fallen, while jackals and servals prowl the shrinking margins of water and shade. As the dry season tightens its grip, survival becomes a test of endurance. Elephants dig with powerful tusks, unearthing hidden water for themselves and for smaller animals that gather in their wake. The camera lingers on a lone giraffe, plucking the last green leaves from a thorny tree, and on a family of warthogs rooting for bulbs beneath the hard earth. Yet even in hardship, life persists. The seeds sown during the rains lie dormant, waiting for the promise of return. Underground, termites continue their work, and the resilient grasses hold the soil in place, ready to spring back to life. With the first distant rumble of thunder, the promise of renewal stirs once more. The camera soars above the savanna as the cycle begins anew, a land forever shaped by the ebb and flow of rain and drought, abundance and scarcity. Every creature, every blade of grass is attuned to the pulse of the seasons, the silent metronome that orchestrates the greatest show on earth. Beneath the towering grasses and massive herds, an unseen world thrives. The savanna's true foundation lies with its smallest inhabitants, an intricate network of insects and tiny creatures, each playing a vital role in sustaining the ecosystem's delicate balance. The camera glides low across the soil, revealing armies of termites engineering vast subterranean fortresses. Their mounds, rising like natural skyscrapers, regulate temperature and humidity, sheltering not only their own colonies but also providing refuge for snakes, lizards, and even small mammals. As they break down dead plant material, termites recycle nutrients back into the earth, enriching the soil for fresh growth when the rains return. Nearby, a procession of dung beetles rolls perfectly spherical balls of dung across the sun-baked plains. Their tireless work clears waste from the landscape while fertilizing the ground, supporting the next generation of grass. The camera zooms in as tiny ants march in disciplined lines, harvesting seeds and aerating the soil with their tunnels, creating microhabitats for other invertebrates and enriching the earth for larger plants. On the delicate petals of wildflowers, bees and butterflies flit from bloom to bloom. Their search for nectar ensures the pollination of countless plants, weaving a living tapestry of colour that sustains both herbivores and predators up the food chain. In the cool shadows, under stones, velvet mites and ground beetles hunt for prey, keeping pest populations in check. Scuttling across the landscape, dung beetles, ants and beetles interact in a silent ballet, their movements choreographed by instinct and necessity. The camera captures a praying mantis poised in stillness, its leaf-like camouflage rendering it nearly invisible to both predator and prey. Nearby, a colony of weaver ants constructs intricate nests by binding leaves together, their cooperation a marvel of collective intelligence. Even after dark, the savannah hums with activity. Nighttime reveals glowworms illuminating burrows, and cricket songs echo across the plains as tiny creatures continue their vital work. Spiders spin complex webs between blades of grass, trapping insects that would otherwise overrun the vegetation. These micro-marvels, often overlooked, are the silent architects of the savannah. Their tireless labour underpins the health of the entire ecosystem, ensuring that life above ground, no matter how grand or small, can flourish. In every handful of earth and every whisper of wind through the grass, their influence is felt, connecting all creatures in an unbroken chain of survival. As the camera lingers on a single dewdrop trembling on a spider's web, the story of the savannah's smallest inhabitants is revealed, a testament to the power and importance of life in miniature, sustaining the vast theatre of the wild from the ground up. Beneath the endless sky and amidst the thunder of hooves, the plant life of the savannah quietly shapes the destiny of all who dwell here. The camera sweeps across a golden sea of grasses, tough, resilient, and ever adapting. Each blade, from brittle star grass to the towering red oat grass, is engineered to survive extremes of heat, drought, and grazing. Their roots plunge deep into the earth, seeking hidden moisture, while their narrow leaves minimize water loss under the relentless sun. Zooming in, the lens reveals acacia trees, their silhouettes iconic against the horizon. Their feathery leaves fold during the hottest hours, conserving precious water. Long, formidable thorns guard against hungry herbivores, while symbiotic ants patrol the branches, attacking any intruders in exchange for shelter and nectar. In a close-up, tiny yellow flowers bloom in clusters, attracting bees and butterflies, ensuring the next generation of acacias will rise. Elsewhere, the baobab tree towers like a living monument. Its swollen trunk stores thousands of litres of water, a lifeline during the dry season. As the camera circles its massive base, the bark's smooth, fire-resistant surface is revealed, an armour against savannah wildfires. At dusk, pale baobab flowers open, releasing a heady scent to lure bats, their primary pollinators, into the night. The camera glides over patches of wildflowers, resilient bursts of colour after the rains. Many complete their entire life cycle in weeks, scattering seeds before the soil dries once more. Some, like the impala lily, produce toxic sap, deterring grazers and surviving on rocky outcrops where few others can endure. In shaded gullies, the lens finds lush clumps of elephant grass, so named for its towering height and ability to rebound swiftly after being trampled or grazed. Its rapid regrowth provides a constant food source for herbivores, stabilizing the soil and preventing erosion during fierce storms. Even during the harshest droughts, the camera captures the miracle of the resurrection plant. Appearing lifeless and desiccated, it unfurls vibrant green leaves within hours of receiving moisture, demonstrating the savanna's astonishing cycle of renewal. From the microscopic fungi entwined with roots below ground, facilitating the uptake of nutrients, to the tough bark and waxy coatings that protect against scorching heat, every adaptation is a testament to survival. The camera lingers on seeds drifting in the wind, carried far from their parent plants, each one a promise of new life. Together, these green survivors form the backbone of the savanna. They anchor the soil, fuel the food web, and create microhabitats for countless creatures. Through drought, fire, and flood, their ingenious strategies sustain the rhythm of life, ensuring that the savanna endures season after season as a living masterpiece shaped by adaptation and resilience. As the sun slips below the horizon, the savanna undergoes a breathtaking transformation. The golden plains are cloaked in velvet darkness, and a new cast of characters emerges from the shadows. The camera glides low across moonlit grasses, dew shimmering like scattered diamonds. A pair of wide amber eyes glint in the underbrush. A serval cat, slender and ghost-like, stalks silently through the night. Its oversized ears rotate independently, capturing the faintest rustle of rodents beneath the soil. With a sudden leap, the serval pounces, its precision honed for nocturnal hunting, and vanishes just as quickly into the tall grass. Elsewhere, a bush baby clings to the branches of an acacia, its enormous eyes adapted for the dimmest light. The lens follows its agile leaps between trees, pausing as it pauses, feeding on sweet gum and tiny insects, its soft calls barely audible above the chorus of crickets. A nightjar, perfectly camouflaged against the ground, launches into the cool air. Its silent wings flutter in search of moths drawn to moonlit blooms. The camera shifts to a colony of termite mounds, now bustling with activity. Towering soldiers stand guard, while worker termites repair the outer walls, their efforts illuminated by the pale glow of starlight. Suddenly the ground trembles. A herd of wildebeest, restless and alert, moves cautiously to a waterhole. Night vision reveals the lurking presence of a crocodile, its eyes just above the surface, waiting with infinite patience. Nearby, a spotted hyena's cackling laughter echoes across the plains as it leads its clan in search of leftovers from a lion's feast. The camera lingers on a porcupine foraging among roots and fallen pods, its quills bristling at the distant approach of a civet. The civet, with its masked face and banded tail, sniffs the air, seeking ripe fruit and beetles under the cover of darkness. Above, the night sky pulses with life. A bat swoops in erratic loops, diving to snatch moths and mosquitoes. The lens captures a glimpse of an owl, wings outstretched, descending in utter silence upon an unwary shrew. Even the insects claim their moment. The fireflies blink in synchronized patterns, weaving tiny constellations through the undergrowth. Spiders emerge from silk-lined burrows, their delicate webs catching the mist and moonbeams. From the smallest gecko clinging to rough bark, to the stealthy genets weaving through the thickets, every movement is finely tuned to the rhythms of darkness. Here, in the cool hush of night, the savannah reveals its hidden pulse, a world of adaptation, opportunity and survival that thrives when the rest of the world sleeps. As dawn's first light brushes the horizon, the nocturnal denizens retreat, their secret symphony fading into the promise of a new day. The savannah, ever-changing, is never truly at rest. Its heartbeat continuous, its mysteries revealed only to those who watch and wait in the sheltering dark. As the first rays of dawn sweep across the savannah, a subtle but profound transformation is underway, one not defined by the daily pulse of predator and prey, but by the relentless advance of climate change. The camera pans across cracked earth, the once verdant grasslands now tinged with ochre and grey. Rain clouds, once reliable visitors, now drift unpredictably overhead, casting fleeting shadows on parched soil. The lens narrows on a shrinking waterhole. Hippos huddle in the muddy remnants, their broad backs dusted with the dry silt of receding waters. Crocodiles bask on exposed banks, their hunting grounds diminished. Herds of zebra and buffalo gather at dwindling streams, their numbers nervously shifting in search of relief. The soundtrack of the savannah, once a chorus of frogs and birds, grows quieter as water-dependent species struggle to adapt. A time-lapse reveals grasses browning under relentless sun, while hardy shrubs and thorny acacias push deeper roots to survive. Elephants traverse greater distances, their footprints tracing new, uncertain paths across the landscape. The camera lingers on a mother elephant guiding her calf, pausing at a desiccated tree, a silent testament to the shifting balance of life. Elsewhere, a pride of lions rests in the shade of a skeletal bush. The prey they depend on now migrates earlier and farther, disrupting age-old hunting patterns. Leaner times force predators to compete more fiercely, reshaping the delicate web of savannah life. Aerial shots reveal wildfires sweeping across the plains, flames fed by prolonged drought and invasive grasses. The camera shifts to the aftermath. Scorched earth, blackened trunks, and the first tentative shoots of green. Nature's resilience tested but not extinguished. Insects, too, feel the change. The lens closes on a colony of ants relocating their nest, while butterflies emerge weeks ahead of schedule, their life cycles thrown out of sync with flowering plants. Even the unseen world beneath the soil shifts, as microorganisms struggle to maintain the fertility on which the entire ecosystem depends. Yet amidst these challenges, the savannah endures. The camera captures a lone baobab silhouetted against a stormy sky, its swollen trunk storing precious water. Seeds, dormant for years, burst into life after a rare downpour. The resilience of the savannah is etched in every living thing, adapting and evolving as it always has. But the pace of change is accelerating, and the future of this timeless realm hangs in the balance. The next chapter will be written not only by nature, but by the choices made far beyond its borders. Only together can we ensure the savannah's heartbeat continues, steady, enduring, and wild. Across the vast expanse of the savannah, a network of rivers, streams, and ephemeral pools weaves an intricate tapestry, the lifeblood of this ecosystem. The camera sweeps low over a meandering river, its silver ribbon glinting beneath the open sky. Herds of wildebeest, their bodies dusted with ochre, surge forward in synchronized waves, their hooves churning up clouds as they follow the invisible pull of distant water. Aerial shots reveal the grandeur of migration. Thousands of zebra and antelope tracing ancient pathways, their movements dictated by the rhythmic rise and fall of seasonal waters. As the dry season tightens its grip, the camera glides over cracked riverbeds where only the deepest pools remain. Elephants, led by matriarchs, navigate these parched corridors, their memory guiding them to hidden springs where life stubbornly persists. In the shallows, flocks of crowned cranes and storks gather, probing the mud for sustenance. The lens shifts to a pod of hippos submerging beneath the surface, their eyes and nostrils barely visible above the waterline. Crocodiles lie in wait, their presence a silent reminder of the dangers that accompany every crossing. Time-lapse footage captures the transformation as distant rains swell tributaries, flooding the plains and awakening dormant seeds. New grasslands emerge, drawing grazers in a relentless search for nourishment. The migration of herbivores triggers a cascade. Predators shadow the moving herds, while scavengers linger at the fringes, all bound by the ebb and flow of water. Beneath the surface, schools of fish dart among reeds, their numbers swelling with the floodwaters. Frogs chorus from the riverbanks, their calls rising with the humidity. The camera closes in on dragonflies skimming the water's edge, their iridescent wings flashing in the sunlight. As the season shifts once more, water recedes, and the cycle begins anew. The interconnectedness of water and migration is revealed in every movement, every footprint, every ripple. It is a delicate choreography, one where the fate of the smallest insect and the mightiest elephant is entwined with the pulse of the rivers. In these lifelines, the true resilience and unity of the savannah come to life, a testament to the enduring power of nature's design. As dawn breaks over the golden grasslands, the camera sweeps across a landscape at a crossroads, its ancient rhythms echoing into an uncertain future. In the hush of early morning, satellite imagery overlays the terrain, revealing the subtle scars of climate change and shifting habitats. The view transitions seamlessly to a time-lapse of native grasses reclaiming abandoned farmland, a quiet testament to nature's resilience when given room to breathe. Aerial shots glide over solar-powered research stations, their panels glinting under the relentless sun. Camera traps, camouflaged against acacia trunks, silently record the return of rare antelopes and elusive wild dogs, their images a beacon of hope flickering across remote monitors. Drones hover high above, mapping wildlife corridors and tracking herds as they navigate newly protected pathways, their routes now safeguarded by invisible digital boundaries. The lens dips low to a restored wetland, where seedlings of fever trees and papyrus sway in the breeze. A network of artificial waterholes, ingeniously designed to mimic natural springs, provides lifelines during droughts. Herds of buffalo and zebra gather, their thirst quenched by the ingenuity of conservation science. The camera lingers on a family of elephants, matriarch leading her young to drink, their reflections shimmering in the clear, managed waters. Zooming in, we witness the subtle dance of pollinators, bees, butterflies and sunbirds thriving in pockets of rewilded habitat, their survival ensured by corridors of flowering plants planted along migration routes. Satellite tags on vultures and eagles transmit vital data, their digital signals weaving a safety net across the skies, protecting these aerial custodians from unseen threats. The scene shifts to the edge of a controlled burn, flames low and purposeful, rejuvenating the soil and unlocking a flush of green. Antelope emerge from the haze, grazing on tender shoots, a living example of ancient fire management harmonized with modern ecological understanding. As clouds gather on the horizon, rain falls gently on both wild savanna and restored lands, nurturing the seeds of recovery. The camera pans out, revealing an interconnected mosaic of reserves, buffer zones, and migration corridors, each a testament to tireless effort and forward-thinking vision. In this evolving landscape, innovation and hope intertwine. The future of the savanna is being written in the silent work of restoration, the quiet vigilance of technology, and the unwavering resilience of its wild inhabitants. Here the promise of tomorrow glimmers, not only in survival, but in the thriving renewal of a timeless realm.